opportunity to do something really great. I think in every generation, God like is somebody to do something special. Says they gotta stick with it. You know what I'm saying? So far in hip hop, other than probably myself and Ye, nobody's been able to stick with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the real thing. With no switch up whatsoever. I kind of went back there, music, and kind of did some things. Nobody's been able to just stick with it. You feel what I'm?
Yo, mate, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I never thought in my life I would do something like this. I never thought I would do it.
Was already on that path.
What I keep saying is so crazy because I feel like it was like already there.
About your album, you was talking about the Bible. You were already there.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You know where it is, man. It's your boy OG Product, bringing up edition, the Garrison News. You know the Schlingo trap now, cut later. If we could my own nigga schmool as we should. Ah, man, goddamn. Things make us go, talk nice schmama. Anyway, man, we out here fooling for I don't mind. Pretty side shit, mind. Blip, bow. Boom, 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 boom. People trust. Up, no homo, no freaky. Up, no homo, no sneaky. So people. What you just seen in the introduction, right, is Fivio Foreign on the phone with Mase, right? Getting some advice from Mase. Same homie, man, that he stabbed in the back like a kitchen knife. Stabbed in the back, man, like a kitchen fork. You know, homie is on the phone with Mase. Getting some advice from Mase. So if you haven't been in tune, get in tune, get familiar. So Mase, right, he was signed to Bad Boy, right? Puffy label. And in the height of Mase's career, it was the height of the East Coast, West Coast war. So one night, somebody was behind Mase. Pause, no freaky number to be behind another month. So somebody was tailgating Mase. And Mase got paranoid like a fool and took off. Like Dale Earnhardt, man, took off. Like Flash Gordon took off like Speedy Gonzalez. And that's how Mase ended up, man, in Atlanta. And that's when he decided he was done with rap. He was going to join the congregation. So like I said, I knew Mase was cap. Mase was a capper. Mase was capping right off the rip. Because as soon as he ran to Atlanta, you know, he just had signed a deal with Puffy for a couple of $1 million, man. And when Mase left, Mase didn't thought about God, about giving Diddy back his money. Mase ran to Atlanta knowing that, you know, Puffy just signed him to a new contract. So like I said, I wouldn't be taking no advice from Mase. And two, Mase went from being a pastor. It's no disrespect to Mase, but this is nothing but boom facts. You understand? Mase, like I told you, went from being a pastor, as you can see, homeboy is wearing a Jesus piece. You understand? So he went from a pastor to now being a podcaster, man, that's doing nothing but gossip and tabloids and getting, you know, people upset. So I don't think God would like that. So that just show you a lot of these people just use the God thing because, you know, they want to feel accepted by the masses. And by the way, you know what Mace saying right now? Mace is saying, I'm not your little zipper. You understand? And this supposed to be a pastor. So I know the whole stuff is cap. You understand? I just be laughing behind the scene whole time. You understand? Cracking up. So it's the same thing with Fivio Foreign. Fivio Foreign is cap. Fivio Foreign is a capper. Fivio Foreign is capping. As you can see, the waist geezer. You know, getting baptized, but after getting baptized, this is the homie running around with a crip rag on top of his bean john. And this is the same, you know, jit, man, that was just, you know, telling, you know, 1090 Scrap that he was going to give him a wet t-shirt contest. He was going to give him a George Jefferson haircut. So I know Fivio Foreign is using this stuff, you know, to try to chase a check and get a bag, but he's making a goofy mistake that his can't cash because, like I told you, Fivio Foreign pulled a lot of goofy antics and crossed a lot of people, you know, to make it to the top. And that's why he's miserable now, because he thought he was going to have the whole city behind him. But unfortunately for Fivio Foreign, only thing he got is beer industry money. But I'm not going to lie, this track right here, this one goes hard. Pause, no freaky, right? I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to cap. This go hard, but here is where Fivio Foreign made a goofy mistake. just like Mase. When Mase ran to Atlanta to go join the congregation, Mase was looking at the dollar sign, the same bag that Kirk Franklin was getting, but Mase didn't understand or have no idea that he didn't have the fan base that Kirk Franklin had. So when he went to the church, Mase barely got, people with a bag. He just got like, Section 8 people, people that was on welfare, man, that was coming to his congregation. And that's why you see Mase left, you understand, the church and came back to doing gossip and tabloids. So the same thing with Fivio Foreign now. People probably applauding you. Yeah, Fivio Foreign, I'm so happy for you for the change. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. You was a thug, you was a top crocodile. Now you is a child of God. But Fivio Foreign, man, let's be honest, right? You from the streets, right? The back blocks, the side blocks, the jacks, the housing scheme, right? We're in a world where negativity, wins over positivity. Because if that was the case, there would be more gospel singers, right? But like I said, this is only going to be short term. This is just like a shock jock thing, right? I guarantee you, your fan base, they're going to start leaving you. They're going to start switching up because that's not what they followed you for. They followed you for that 187 music, the block bending. You understand the 187 on the chocolate faced brother. You understand Mr. Sliding Doors. You understand op hunting. That's what they there for. They're not there for gospel music. So if you think in your head, you understand you're going to have longevity with this gospel thing, trust me, you signed the check that you can't cash. And that's exactly what happened to Mase. Mase was on top. Mase was a platinum artist. Right now, Mase could barely sell out. You understand? A regular hole in the wall club. And when, Mase seen that the straight cash wasn't coming in, like how Kirk Franklin and, Yolanda Adams and them, they was running up a check and cashing out in the house of the Lord, Mase came back to New York City and tried to come back in the white man music industry, but they done canceled Mase like a check, cancel Mase like a credit card. You understand? And Mase was out of here clean gone. So that's the same thing that's going to happen to you. You're going to try to do this for clout, for the likes, the comments, to share, and disrespect, God's name, just to try to sell some tunes. But I'm telling you, it's going to be your downfall. And just like I told you before, years ago, that karma was going to come knocking at your front door. You said I was kyapping. You said I was kyap. I was a kyapper. Then whoop, there it is. You see the stuff that you're going through now is because you did a lot of people dirty. You did a lot of people filthy. And I could name names. You understand? So to see Mase even coming back around you, I just want to tell, excuse me, beloved, I just want to tell Mase one thing. Once a op, you're a op for life. Once you are op, we could never, ever be friends because that same op will come right back around you and take you out your mother effing glory. So before I cut and get on out here, like I said, I have my own beliefs, you understand, but I'm not going to talk about that. But one thing I know, because I did grow up in the churches, right? I've seen, people made the transition from a banger, you understand, to, a person of the Lord. But I've seen them did it, and the majority of people I've seen that did it, you know what they did? They got rid of their jewelry. They got rid of everything, that, they claim that belongs to the devil. You got to get rid of all of that. So to see Fivio Foreign still running around with a crip rag on his head, and to see Homeboy running around with this big, goofy, customized jewelry, he's like almost like 50 years old, and you running around with a goddamn casino stuff on your neck with a music player that play music and all that goof. Come on, blood. Let's be for real. You understand? This is a clout movie. Y'all gonna see in the end when Fivio Foreign rap career finally die like a used car engine, die like a car battery, die like Duracell. Because at the end of the day, how much gospel music you think the young YNs is gonna listen to? Name people that that's doing gospel right now that you hear the young YNs playing the hood. It's not gonna happen. Only person that could get away with that is Kanye West. You understand? And Kanye West don't even do gospel. You understand? So like I said, Fivio Foreign just signed a check that his can't cash. And for using, the Lord, for clout, man, when karma come knocking at your door once again, this time it's not going to be nothing nice. And I know for certain that Fivio Foreign is still crushing up those Yerkes and still, sipping that Schleen. that promethazine, man, that dirty Sprite and a Fanta, and he's still talking about, he's praising the Lord. And this female right here, I know this is like, excuse me, beloved. This female right here, I know she's an actress, like you see on TV when they be paying those females to faint and stuff like this. The fake crying, the fake crocodile tears, man. But like I said, what's understood don't have to be explained. So Fivio Foreign, you is Kiap. You is a Kiapa. You is Kiapin. And for Mase to co-sign that, when Mase, you understand, done made the church look bad. He done made the church look like a whole goofy out cheer. No disrespect to the LGBT community, but in the Bible it says, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You understand? So at the end of the day, for Mase to be a pastor, and he done linked up with the Bronx River legend, who's known to be a schmook, man, known to be a fun boy. And Mase went to go link up with Kitty Ralph, man, in Galhattan. So I definitely look at Mase as a Kiapo who try to swindle, you understand, straight cash, man, from out of these senior citizen, man, these elders try to take, they pension money, man, try to take they bingo money. And as far as Fivio Foreign, if he really believed in the Lord, right, and he is now a child of God, what he would do like everybody else. If you owe debt, right, you would pay back all the people that you owe money. Excuse me, beloved, whoever you took money from. You understand? You would pay back these individuals they straight cash, but you think Fivio Foreign is thinking about paying nobody that he ripped off? Only thing Fivio Foreign is thinking about, man, is his supply, is the next batch, man, when he's gonna get his next fix. If you think Fivio Foreign change, you must be one goofy ass son of a. You understand? People, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Go in the top and comment below. Subscribe to my new channel. You got an Android phone, hype up the video. You got an iPhone, Team iPhone, ow, do the same likewise. What's understood don't have to be explained. What's understood, we don't got to chat too much on the dead homies, on the fallen soldiers. Baby, baby. This boy OG product, man. Y'all know the Schlingo fool. Y'all know the Schweppes. Never far though, mine. Boom, 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 boom.